Hi guys, just a quick video because I think there's a bit of a shortage actually in the inspirational kind of sector of just live on the journey, unedited, which I think is really important. Oftentimes I've seen myself write quotes which are great, people get inspired by that, but sometimes I feel once I've written them it's all too easy for me to write them. Someone else pick up the gifts in there and hopefully use them for the better, which is great. It really does have a place, but I think more and more, maybe actually forever, people have been wanting to see kind of live unedited footage. Now, I have a great life and I've made it that way. From my upbringing was fantastic. I had a lot of golden lessons, determination, drive, confidence. Actually I kind of struggle with the self-confidence and self-belief at times, but I've been really working on them, and actually I found that I've done even more work on them as a result of that weakness. So in a way it's allowed me to excel, like the gift in the pain kind of thing. So right now I wasn't having a great day actually, to be honest, but that's okay. Too many people, they see something potentially negative, and it wasn't anything negative actually, it was just a general mood, maybe at the beginning of a breakthrough. These are the kind of the golden times where you can grasp on to things that happen in your life. Things I've been reading recently have been very, very helpful as well. For example, you know, you got to love what is currently manifesting, because that shows you the contrast. Say if you're manifesting something you don't quite like, whatever area of your life that might be in, that gives you the drive and dedication, and obviously the knowledge and hopefully the faith and the trust to know that there's a contrast, there's a difference, there's something better. So if you love that, you let it go, and you can obviously graduate and get better things in life. As I say, often people hit these kind of obstacles and run out of motivation, or maybe you haven't set a compelling enough burning desire to start with, and that may be some of the reason why you're not taking advantage of the down times to obviously leverage yourself up. I've heard many times that you shouldn't use these days or times to sweep it under the carpet, have another coffee, have another beer, or worse still. You should kind of sit with it, and don't be ashamed to sit with it, and obviously take the lessons and the times to really experience, so you can actually learn and let it go, rather than it becoming a recurring lesson. And sometimes even silly little things can snowball and gather momentum and attract similar things, so the snowball is quite unmanageable in the future. So, by taking the time to see the gift in the pain, and obviously to listen to yourself and to know that everything's there for a lesson to make your life go even better, I thought, well, I didn't really want to go for a run today. Obviously I go running quite a lot now, which is really, really good. Recommend it 100%. But I'd say, today was not one of them days. To be honest, I just took the opportunity to go running. I pushed myself. I could have even put some running bottoms on, but I didn't, because I thought, that's just another reason why I might think, well, I'm not going to go running today. So in my jeans, it's a bit wet, not the best running material, but actually better than nothing, isn't it? So I'm on the run, that's the main thing. Just finished the run. So on that run, it started off, obviously you can see it's a miserable day. I'm actually on the golf course because of the hills. They're great for training. Bit of a change of scenery as well. I think that's important. Otherwise you start giving up when you need something a bit different. You've got to enjoy it, haven't you? Started off not great, bit cold, and I thought, you've got to give everything in life a few minutes to bed in. Like, even if you've got an addiction, like say you're tempted to do something to relieve the anxiety, like have that pint of beer or something like that, I think it's been proven that if you wait about 6 minutes, a lot of these kind of urges subside. So there's lots of mental things you can do to obviously strengthen your mindset to keep up the momentum moving forward. So yeah, I went on this run, chose to, just generally, I'm just using an app to run consistently. It's great, good motivation, inspirational kind of marathon runners and Olympians in your ear, which is always good. Shared human experience and all of that, because obviously they had great careers and they pushed themselves, so you think, well, why can't you? It's only a run. So yeah, at the end of the day, I chose to run up and down. I don't know if you can see the gradients, but chose to run up and down these kind of golf course mounds and things, and that's great training. Allows me to get a bit more in the bank, so to speak. So that's great. But one of the things I noticed is I deliberately, there's always a path in life that is the most trodden. And people have a big problem when they start conforming. I think actually my camera's misting up, but that's just part of it. These are the real life unedited conditions. So yeah, I think often people hit something difficult or challenging, or something relatively mild, where they could use to grow and leverage up. But they go on the conformity path. They're scared of breaking out and trusting and evolving, and that can sometimes be a bit of an issue. But I chose instead to just run on paths that were less run on. And the physical manifestation was to be honest, it was much more slippery on the muddy one, and on the grass one I wasn't falling at all or slipping. So that just it's another reminder that things they're not what they seem, and going your own route is often the best route in life. You don't want to be a clone of anybody else. There's no value in that whatsoever. In fact, you should be only running kind of one race against your previous self. That's so important. Never try and emulate it. Yes, use characteristics from other people. That's very important. And obviously emulate them, but never go for the exact copy of anybody, because you're unique and you're going to slot together in basically a path of least resistance. So all the growing's done is acknowledging the lessons and seeing them as challenges and leverage opportunities, because if you don't do it that way, they actually become quite even more challenging, to the point where they're not even kind of lessons anymore. Like, you might end up with one big lesson because you've ignored them, and then obviously if you overcome that, then you will make a big breakthrough. But it doesn't have to always be like that, and sadly people don't kind of pay attention to themselves enough and follow their true path, so it does end up like that. But it's never too late. You can always turn your life around. But there's always little things to make you laugh. Like, even on these kind of paths, you see some sort of, I don't know if you can see it, some sort of canister on the grass, someone's inhaling something. So there's always little jokes along the way in life, and I hope they've obviously chosen the better path now. So yeah, no, it's all good. So I wanted to make this video as just an unedited version. Nothing negative, all positive. And actually, to be honest, I now feel pretty amazing. I mean, this app allows you to just track. I was kind of feeling mediocre at the start, and now I feel pretty amazing. I mean, it's pretty cold, but I'm even kind of appreciating the coldness on my hands. Like the wind, if you spread your kind of arms out in the wind, it feels like life's kind of guiding you, and you just feel the natural elements. And now everything seems pretty good. My mindset's improved a whole lot. So if any time, in fact, it's the times where you don't really fancy doing something, it's probably when you need to do that thing the most. And as I always say, kind of small hinges open big doors, and I think that's very very important. And one of my biggest goals, kind of setting up our family office, property kind of funding, commodities, banking and trading, it's not just what you can invest in opportunities, but I'm really passionate about leaving in the legacy, and obviously live the mindset. Because if you've got that toolbox from the start, you can make your dreams happen, because no amount of capital is going to do that. And obviously it's going to open doors, but I do believe life is a journey. I think sometimes when we look for manifestation things, and I have gone on a long journey through that as well, we don't understand that things have to shift for us, and we're going to learn amazing things along the way. Kind of like the happiness is the journey kind of thing. And when you start doing it from the inside out, things just appear, and helpers come along, and if you believe in yourself, other people come to believe in you as well. So the key is always at your door. So use any down periods, look forward to kind of mini down periods, because they're the times where there's little golden nuggets of you in front of you, just ready to show you what life could be and how you can get there, kind of like following the breadcrumbs. So that's one of the reasons I make these videos. If I can inspire one person, and then that can inspire 10 people, but I think one thing's true: just make things that are heartfelt, because you can't really go wrong. I don't really care what people think, because I know what my intention is, and kind of in a roundabout way I know what people are going to think off the back of that, because you can't really fault a bad intention, a good intention at all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Obviously just a micro lesson in life, and one I'm kind of actively teaching myself as well. So it's these kind of good mental positive habits that form greater habits, and of course when you get the feelings of things flowing in your life, the rest tends to follow. So I think one of the biggest gifts in life is to honour your word, to inspire other people and to leave a bit of sunshine in people's lives, happier than when you came in. So that's my goal.